Back, many people are getting ready to pack their bags and head out of town for spring break this month. But with crime rising in many popular destinations, it is important to watch your surroundings and your well-being, your health. Joining us right now is Zavadsky from MedStar to share a few important safety tips with us before spring breakers really kick into their trips right now. Good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning, Chloe.
All right, so Cleo, by the way, we've been together quite a few times. It is okay, and it's early, right? Hey, Matt, you've been working here in DFW for quite some time. Spring break, it's a popular spot. Can you tell us what you've experienced when it comes to the intensity of spring break, maybe the people that come here or the people that are leaving?
Yeah, I spent part of my EMS career in Daytona Beach as the EMS director and got to see firsthand what happens in those scenarios. And for people that are going on spring break, have a great time, but do so safely. Number one, if you're driving a great distance to get there, try not to drive at night. And the National Safety Council has said that driving at night can be 3 times as more deadly as driving during the day. So space that out, try and drive during the day. Speaking of driving, drinking, you got to be very careful if you're going to drink and drive. We recommend that you not do that whatsoever. But also, when you're out partying or doing things, make sure that you're having a designated safe person who, A, is not going to drive, but also can sort of monitor everybody. Make sure that you don't have drinks that you haven't seen poured. Make sure that you watch, if you're going to be drinking a drink and you're not pouring it yourself, watch the person who's poured it. Those are the 2 biggies that we would see in some of those hot spring break locations.
Yeah, and we've seen some stories of that happening across the country and in Caribbean destinations as well, having to watch your drink. We've got some video of some, I guess, dramatic spring break video. Hopefully we can see some people on the beach, but what should people have with them and bring with them?
Remember that if you're going to be in a sunny location, a lot of people like to go to the beach. The typical things that we warn here in Texas do apply. So hydrate well, start hydrating ahead of time, at least 24 hours ahead of time. Apply sunscreen, because we saw a lot of people in Daytona Beach who had come from other areas that weren't used to being out in the sun all day on the beach, and they had a miserable rest of their spring break because they were sunburned and had all sorts of issues related to the sun. Also, to carry with you, it's not a bad idea to carry some personal protection things, an automatic alarm, maybe a pepper spray can if you're going to be in areas that you're not familiar with. Those are legal in all 50 states. Also, make sure that perhaps you're carrying Narcan, because you never know when someone's going to suffer an unknown overdose that they didn't know could happen. So you can grab Narcan before you go. Just keep it with you. It's life-saving in the event that you need it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. When it comes to communication during spring break travel, what should people be aware of? I'm thinking maybe travel advisories in effect right now.
Yeah, certainly check the weather. Maybe check some emergency locations in the areas that you're going to be going. Make sure that you know how to contact emergency help, because if you're going to travel out of the country, 911 is not the emergency number in foreign countries. So make sure you know what the emergency number is in those foreign countries. Make sure that your cell phone is going to work if you're there. Be careful sharing your location too. A lot of people don't think about that. When you post a lot on social media, people will know where you are. Perhaps they know that you're away from home, and it's an opportunity for people to break into your home because they know that you're not there. So just keep some of those other safety things in mind to help make sure you get back safe and sound.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always try to post when I get back. What are some safe practices that people can implement on their spring break vacations? Any more tips there?
No, I think that's a good one. Make sure you're traveling with a couple of different people. A lot of folks are going to be college students, maybe families that are going to separate, and the kids are going to go one direction and the parents are going to go somewhere else. Do so with a buddy system. So you've got somebody there that will know if you're in trouble. Make sure that you communicate if you feel you're in trouble or someone is making you uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to contact somebody or to reach out and say, hey, have a code word or some type of sign that says, hey, I'm uncomfortable in this situation, let's leave and go somewhere else. Those things could be life-saving if you're on spring break.
Right. Matt, the big message this morning, have fun, but be safe. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great insight.